course.
Greetings, programs. Get your ass in here. Welcome to another week of Poverty Podcasting. We call it Geeks from Apartment 2. We are recorded from Apartment 2 Studios somewhere deep in the heart of Rock City, New York. I'm Alan One, and I am the geek with the voice. That dude over there.
I'm back!
Yes. After weeks of doing this, not doing this and doing this by myself, yes, he is back. He is Brother C.
It's me. Back from running miles and miles in the hot Rochesterian sun, slaving away, cooking meats. I can't eat my meats raw. I gotta cook them. It's good to be back. It's good to have the mic here. It's good to see you, be in the studio. It's good to be back in this chair, doing the do.
The cooking part I get. The running part, get the fuck out of here.
Hey man,
this nigga ain't running for shit. Oh yes, it's good to see you too. Now we haven't talked to each other in weeks. We've spent the Fourth together.
Yeah,
which was very fun. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's take care of some business first. Of course, we're on YouTube, so like, share, and subscribe. Finger pop that bell so you're notified of all new episodes. You also email me directly at luckymerciless1@gmail.com. And, of course, we're on Twitter at Geeks From Apartment 2.
You're damn right.
That's right. So, lots and lots of shit to get into this week.
Yes.
So, let's start with the 4th. Like I said, I was with your family
I gotta
on
say
the 4th.
One thing. Welcome to the family, son. Because it's been 5 years since the fam came up here. And this is the first major holiday you got to come and hang out and really hang out with the fam. Now, I'm not talking like Thanksgiving,
okay,
because that's a usual, but that's usually, everybody's at the tail end of dinner,
right?
Ain't nothing, everybody's kind of slouching, people already had their drinks, so you usually came by when it was time to wrap things up and people getting their plates or getting their rides home, and there'd be like a good hour of chilling with the fam. But the 4th was a little different.
4th was a little different because I spent most of the day with you.
Yes.
And your family. Which is fun. It was fun.
It was definitely fun.
Learn how to play dominoes finally.
And how did you learn this?
By playing it.
With who?
With your family.
And what is unique about this learning experience of dominoes?
Oh, I'm still learning, obviously, and do not play with your blind, drunk stepdad.
Yes.
Because he likes to drink, and when he drinks, he gets a little too
excited. He got excited.
Yeah, and
but
wants to tip people's chairs over.
But the thing about it that I was trying to get to is that you and you made this point. You were playing with Daredevil because they were making moves that you didn't see. It's like getting hustled by those chess hustlers in the park. But this one knows what pieces you're gonna play, and you're like, how'd you do that? And he's like,
yeah.
like, how does he know that I'm gonna? How does he not only know that I'm gonna pass, but that you're gonna play that? And you got to see the little intricacies of playing dominoes. It's not just matching the ends as it is in the beginning. There's actual counting
this dude, man, it's like the color of money if Tom Cruise was blind and black and played by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But you also gotta understand, it's what I grew up with. So me and him playing on a team would have been totally unfair because we've been playing dominoes since I was a wee squirt, and the same excitability you saw is the same excitability I grew up with, but with more blind people, and then people getting called cheats when no one can see the dominoes, and I could probably peek at people's hands, but I didn't.
Yeah. And then we got into a discussion / argument about Solitaire.
Yes.
Because I just assumed you knew how to play Solitaire, and I did not know you did not know how to play Solitaire.
And the thing that was the point of contention was not the fact of whether or not I knew how to play Solitaire, was the fact that I asked a question and was called dumb for asking the question. Yeah. And that's just kind of annoying because...
You know why? I say that because it's such a basic game that's on every computer.
Yeah.
Like if you get a new computer, Solitaire's on that bitch.
Yeah, but
that or Minesweeper.
Guess what I defaulted to? Minesweeper. And I can play the fuck out of Minesweeper.
Oh, see, I went the opposite direction. I learned how to play Solitaire early. We're not even talking like laptops. We're talking them old ass Atari, not Atari, but Apple computers.
There were 2 games I played: Minesweeper because it was free, and Oregon Trail because I got it from the school. Gotcha. And so I could beat Oregon Trail as the farmer with no oxen. Had my wife pull that cart.
Yo, bitch, put this yoke on. Get to work.
There's a whole new meaning to yoked up.
We got miles to go before we sleep, woman.
Yeah.
It was either Solitaire or Blackjack. That's how I learned how to play Blackjack with the computer.
Still ain't win us any money with it.
It's just one of those games. I mean, it even got the Windows version got put into the Video Game Hall of Fame. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just assumed you knew, like, it's Solitaire.
Yeah.
You know.
But at the end of
the time killer of every office.
Yeah,
it's fucking Solitaire.
And then the night was a mediocre fireworks show.
That was a good fireworks show. I enjoy a good.
I actually asked someone who was there that I didn't know my coworker was there. I was like, yo, because he asked me, he's like, yo, were there a lot of pauses during this fireworks show this year? I was like, it felt that way.
It's always that way.
No, it's not.
I didn't care. I love
you like Skyfire.
I do.
So a bunch of people could have threw lit lighters in the air. You were like, yay!
I love I love when they do WrestleMania outside because they do the big fireworks display. You know, so anytime I get to see fireworks, it's awesome.
I'm gonna get you a copy of Fantavision. Remember that game?
Yes, yes. The first PS2
game. Yep.
Yeah, I think matter of fact, I think I rented it. I rented that game at a Blockbuster. I
thought that game was so stupid.
It was so dumb. but you know, at the time, it was like it was either that or the Bouncer.
Yeah.
And the Bouncer was okay. It was an okay fight. It was an okay brawl.
Beat him up. It was. Yeah. See, the thing. See, now we're getting into some old school history. We had the multi-tap, right?
Yeah.
So we were playing like 4-man battle royale bouncer, and that game got stupid because we all realized we could all play as the boss, and I believe the boss's name was Duragun C. Mikado, and I remember that because I remember the excited way that the computer said it.
Yeah.
And I just remember this one vivid memory of me and the boys, Wicca Math Crew, playing this on this tiny little TV, and everybody just kicking people in their slide and their bodies ragdogging down a flight of stairs. Only thing I remember about the game, and the dude with the biker jacket, that's it. Other than that, dope ass game.
I just remember the Trinity move, which I call the Charlie's Angels move.
Ah, yeah.
And you could do it on the dogs, which didn't make any sense to me. I was like, the fuck are you doing this on the dog for? Oh, the PS2. That's a great run. I'm gonna look back at this PS4, and I don't think it had
as memorable.
Yeah, I don't think it had that great of a run. That a legendary run, not like the first 3.
Yeah, PS2
was legendary.
I mean, I remember. I'm pretty sure Marvel vs. Capcom was on PS2, and that's when I first met the Wicca Math Crew because my homeboy that I went to school with, Marv, he was like, yo, you play this game? I got a neighbor that plays this. And he brought him over, and I was just dogging him at this game. And that just became like the crew. We met over this one game, and we hung out for years just playing fighting games and chilling and biking and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the PS2, it's running gag time. Me and the ex-wife getting stoned off our ass, playing Madden. Green Bay versus either Dallas or Washington, because that's our teams. Lot of SSX Tricky.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lot of Frequency.
Oh, that was my jam.
Yeah, just sitting there, just getting really baked, and then playing it playing the songs over and over again.
And the versus mode where you could just make up stuff, and then it was like playing horse.
Yeah, a lot of Burnout. A lot of the other games we played. I mean, Grand Theft.
Oh yeah,
Grand Theft, like Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh God.
Yeah, a lot of that, and Vice City.
Oh,
a lot of that. I sat there and watched her beat Devil May Cry in one day.
Really?
In one sitting, yeah.
Dang.
And she loved that game.
Hardcore.
And she was mad hardcore. Oh, and of course, lots and lots of Tekken and Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
But this is before. It's an interesting thing. This is before I actually learned how to play that game.
Oh yeah,
because when I met you, I was like, oh, I can play Tekken. Like, we could play Tekken, but we didn't. I couldn't play Tekken.
You didn't realize that there was
there's intricacies. Yeah,
another level of playing these games.
Yeah, it's like waking up. It's like waking up from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, wait. Like, there's all this other shit you gotta know how to do and shit. Like, there's all these buttons that you gotta know. Frame rates and data. What the fuck is footsies? Spacing? What is all this? Yeah, now it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap now. Yeah, I wish. But yeah, a lot of NBA Jam, not NBA Jam, but NBA Street.
Street, yeah. And it's funny.
What a great game.
Because NBA, like all the streets were my sports games of choice.
Yeah.
Because
they're
fighting games with a ball.
Yeah.
And when I would hang out at, yet again, name dropping my boy Marv, we would play at his house. And we would go real tight. And he had NBA like live fundamentals, playing real basketball. I'm the guy holding the ball for like 5 minutes, doing combos until the meter's full, and then I sink one shot.
Every much.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think EA is really losing out by not bringing back big and not bringing back those type of sports games where they're not Madden and they're not 2K.
Like
they're easy pick up and play games.
They're like Blitz.
You didn't necessarily have to know fucking plays and how plays work. It works if you do, but you didn't really need that. Especially with Street, you didn't need that. You just L1, L2 does this.
Yeah.
L1 and R1 does this.
Oddly enough,
it does this, and then just push a button.
Other companies try to do stuff like that. Like Mutant League did come back. They released another Mutant League, and it's on PS4. I had considered getting it.
Mutant League, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, right? But the thing about alternative sports was that it had its set era, and it was that Tony Hawk, it was that SSX, the Street era, and that was a good solid few years of extreme variants of just regular games.
Yeah.
And then they started getting into them being simulators. You got more Gran Turismos and stuff like that. So the gearheads got, they were creaming their panties when they realized, I can change the air filter on my car.
Yeah. Well, Turismo is always that way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like more games started doing more of that. So you stopped getting burnouts and you started getting more.
Even something like SXX got serious.
Oh,
I didn't like the last one.
Yeah, it was
the wingsuits and the fucking.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of like
the grapple hooks and shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
That wasn't.
What happens?
Fun.
It wasn't fun. Where's the half pipe at? Where's the super pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of shit is this?
Why can't I do the worm in the middle of the air?
Yeah.
Unhook my snowboard and turn into a helicopter.
Yeah. Where's all the crazy characters at?
Yeah, that was another thing. They started just normalizing everything. It's like
it just was not fun. You want a lighter?
Yes, I do. Here you go.
Thank you. So Then we got some small size out of the way.
Small.
Let's get some. Let's really get into this with a segment we call bullshit we had time for this week.
I'm gonna take over this one because it's short.
Okay.
No time for much of anything other than getting back into the workflow of getting jacked and ripped and fit. Had a brief moment of relapse into my old fat boy stages. Not necessarily eating terribly, just not doing anything. And it was one of those things where when you have like not nothing to do, but like nothing to fill out the bulk of your day, you just lounge and you're just not really doing as much. And when I got taken out of my schedule, it was just like, man, what do? I usually am doing this right now, but I'm here. I could work out, but I could always put that off to later, and that just was the rolling thing. So this week, I've been doing that. Gonna take my bike into the shop so I can go cycling. And I haven't even really been having much time for any, like, lounging around. Played a little Samurai Showdown. I know Evo's coming up soon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get all of my Evo watching probably at work.
Yeah, for people out there who don't know what Evo is, Evo is short for the Evolution Gaming Tournament.
Yes.
It happens every summer. It's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world,
yep.
or at least here in the States.
No, it's in the world.
In the world?
In the world. Biggest fighting game tournament.
Biggest fighting game in the world. So many different fighting games are represented at Evo. I assume. Well, what is on the roster this year? I know Mortal Kombat, certainly.
Yes, definitely Mortal Kombat, Soul Calibur, Smash Brothers,
Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown, I believe, at this point, has the most entrants in all of Evo.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's the newest game, I imagine.
That's not necessarily the case. I think it has the biggest pop bonus.
Yeah.
So
a lot of money. A lot of money being thrown around.
Get thrown around. I mean, it's not as huge as like StarCraft or Overwatch, where millions of dollars are getting thrown around.
Yeah, maybe not. But when we first started really hanging out, that's when Evo was still this thing that was on Twitch, whereas now it's on ESPN. And ESPN, yeah.
Yep.
That's how big Evo has gotten over the last, say, decade or so.
Yeah. It used to be held in small convention centers.
Now it's at the same place, boxing matches and UFC fights.
Exactly. In the same ring.
In the same ring, yeah. Sometimes, in the same, yeah. And that wasn't one of them at the Staples Center? Was it Evo 1 year at the Staples Center?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and that was a huge crowd for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so not only is there a lot of money, it's gained popularity. It is the WrestleMania fighting game tournaments.
But I would say that the SummerSlam of fighting game tournaments just recently happened. That was CEO, Community Effort Orlando. And that's the one that you saw where everybody gets their own wrestling entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And so they actually got a partnership with the new, what is it called? AEW?
AEW?
Yes. They got they usually do partnerships with wrestling companies, and so they had them as theirs.
Okay.
And so they'll simultaneously cast the tournament and the wrestling event. So when
makes sense.
Kenny Omega came out,
makes sense, yeah.
and they did the whole Ryu Street Fighter bit with with them coming out, and then Kenny Omega did he came out as Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
That was a part of that whole CEO experience. And a lot of the wrestlers come out to CEO, and they'll have spots, or they'll actually participate. I know Xavier Woods, he definitely participates.
Yeah, they just did a whole Mortal Kombat thing.
Yeah.
When that dropped. It makes sense if CEO was around the same time as the Fight Festival.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That's cool.
And so it's cool to get the overlapping brands to mesh. And I mean, no one that plays fighting games doesn't think wrestling is cool. So That's a thing that happened, and that was pretty much my time. I'm labbing it up in the gym. I'm getting ready for Evo, and I know you have a laundry list of stuff you've been taking care of. So
yeah, I mean, I've been up
take
since
it away.
I've been up since 6 this morning. First of all,
Yes.
in that time, I listened to some music. I read the second volume of Captain Marvel, which was okay.
Okay.
They explain the Flurkin, so I should have read that before I saw Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And more importantly, I finished Stranger Things, which we'll get into in a minute.
Okay. Because I haven't started.
Really?
No,
I am finished.
This is a first, because usually I'm the one that says, I finished this and you need to watch it. And
yeah, well,
you beat me to the punch.
Well, but before we get into that, let's backtrack a bit. Last Saturday, we were at DK's house.
Yes.
With his crazy ass dog, which we found out does not like any of us.
Nah.
She barely tolerates DK.
Yeah.
You know, but can't stand the other one of us. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you again? You again? What do you want this time?
I think mostly she's like, that's the feeding man, so don't be mad at him.
Right. So, while we was at his house having drinks, he had HBO on demand. And at first we was going to watch the Andre the Giant documentary, which I still want to see. But then we got to thinking, I was like, wait, don't you have, is Leaving Neverland on here? I was like, hell yeah. I was like, y'all ain't seen that yet? Like, hell no. Put that on. So we saw, finally, we're late to the party on this.
Very
we finally saw at least part one of Leaving Neverland.
Yes.
Yes. Man, man. First of all, we were making the worst fucking jokes to go.
We are horrible individuals.
Oh, this is horrendous. I only think we can repeat a lot of shit.
No.
Actually, I would if I could remember it. But we were drinking.
That's a good point.
It was definitely one of those times where I was like, damn, wish we had these mics.
Glad we didn't, though.
Glad we did, because if we were on a network, a podcast network, or we had sponsors, we'd have lost some shit.
Yeah.
By now, I'm sure a lot of you have probably already seen this, or at least heard of it, is the Michael Jackson documentary of these two young boys, they're men now, but they're young boys at the time, who got to meet Michael Jackson, and all chaos ensued.
Yep.
All kinds of chaos in their bunghole ensued.
Yes.
I mean, I do see your point though, because in my mind it's like, well, okay, they're where's the parents in all of this? So the parents are right there.
Yeah.
It's like, how would you let this go on? But to your point, it's Michael fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
Were you really gonna turn down Michael Jackson? If Michael Jackson wants to take you on tour with him and all these different places, of course you do that shit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you give up your kids like that.
See, but thing is
But you would think, okay, he's surrounded by security, all this stuff.
That was my thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Yeah, your kid's gonna be fine. But of course, you didn't know, like, behind the scenes, he's like, one of your kids has spread their butt cheeks over while he sits there and beats off.
That was terrible.
I was like, damn.
Like, when I heard that, I was like, that's the worst. And the thing that, as I milled it over around in my head for a bit, because we did comment on the seemingly blasé tone that the mom had when telling the story. And you're like, man, why is she, like, not breaking down? And I sat down, I was like, she's probably told this over and over and over again. Like, it gets to the point where you're so, like, numb from having to recount it so many times that you're not going to elicit the same response as you would have the first 50 times you said it.
Yeah, I mean, they went to court over this shit.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that it's like, and now you're recounting it for the documentary, and I think it was just more of a, these are my facts, I'm getting them out there. This is just me putting it out there. There's no more, I'm choked up over it. This is a very horrible thing that happened, and I hope it doesn't happen to anybody else. Just listen. And that was my takeaway for it. but she did have this kind of wishy-washy tone to her voice. But that might have just been because she's Australian. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. What else was I going to say about this? Was one of them had a sister. Like, well, he never did anything to me. Of course not. You don't like girls.
You don't fit into.
We sat there and talked about that. Yeah, that's one thing we did say is that he could have had Brooke Shields in her prime. We're not talking Brooke Shields now. We're talking Blue Lagoon Brooke Shields. We're talking Calvin. Nothing gets between me and my Calvin Kleins.
But that's the thing. It's like if you look at Michael Jackson's behavior, right? It's pretty much your typical. I've got a lost dog. You want to help me find them, little kid behavior. It's just that you have millions upon millions of dollars in fame behind that. It's like the stranger danger thing gets sidestepped when he becomes your friend and you idolize this. He made freaking Thriller.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like it was the fact that you are so starstruck that you can't believe that this is a thing that this person would do.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you look at the same thing with R. Kelly, but thing...
no, because I was going to say, because Michael Jackson had a very unique life.
Yeah.
He didn't have a normal childhood life.
No, because he was famous from jump.
But I wonder if he got abused at some point. Sexually. Like, we know he got physically abused, obviously. Yeah. But I wonder if he got sexually abused as a kid.
I wonder that too.
Because, to your point with R. Kelly, he was sexually abused. Mm-hmm. Not saying that what he did was right, but that's how...
No, that's how the chain...
Yeah, but that's how it starts.
Yeah.
With some people. It's like because they got abused, so they think that's just normal, so now they do it thinking it's just normal. That's how I was, that's how I was raised.
And, I mean, so my thing about it, too, was that I don't know how much, like, his like, actual emotional growth got stunted, but when they were going over the faxes that he was sending,
yeah,
and you look at his handwriting, and you look at what he was writing, and you're like, a kid wrote this.
Yeah, he was. What did he call one of those kids?
Like Applehead or
Applehead. It's like
hey,
Doodlehead, you are a fucking
adult.
You are a fucking 40-something-year-old man.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like
out of here.
It's like nah. It's like at that point,
yeah, like something's up.
Something's up because you're not talking like an adult. You're not. It's like either he is the best predator in the world and just retained this veneer of childlike innocence, or he was just...
I mean, yeah, and it's to the point where you can't believe that this is the same guy that wrote some of the most classic songs in the world. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing about it is like, okay, so it's like if you really sit down and think about it, right? So he grew up famous as a child. So he didn't really get a childhood then. He went the Mariah Carey route as an adult. Unicorns and a theme park, and I have money so I can finally get all this stuff. He had a wine cellar. He wasn't drinking. That was for people who came to visit him. He had he has adult amenities for people that he's hosting, but he's wearing onesie pajamas.
Yeah, footy pajamas.
Yeah, he's wearing footy with a bunghole flap probably. But my thing is, it's like, how much of this is an adult trapped in with the mind of a child that just has unlimited resources? Like, yeah, I have a jet. I can fly out to your house or fly you to my crib.
Yeah.
Like, what kid wouldn't do that? It's like Richie Rich.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
But
I got animals. I got a movie theater.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got all this shit.
Now,
the other thing that threw me off was when they were showing pictures of Michael, some of those pictures.
Yeah.
They look like an Instagram thought. Some of those pictures.
It was really weird.
It was very off-putting.
It was really weird, like the posing.
It was very off-putting.
But a lot of it is like, okay, so one of the things that they had a lot of was like very candid, like family photos.
Right.
And he looks like that overgrown, like, cousin that's just like, he's a little touched in the head, but he's having fun, so it's okay. It's like just a regular Christmas photo or a regular barbecue photo. But then you look at like the stuff from his shoots, where he's just standing there. He's like, "Okay, you want me to do this?"
I mean, and it's like we said, if they put those filters on him, those Snapchat filters, like cat ears and whiskers, you'd be like, "Yo, if you weren't careful, you'd be like, yo, that's a high-ass broad. Like, think that's Michael Jackson. Ain't that a bitch?"
Yeah, but that was... Part 2 was a little... We didn't really get into part 2.
We didn't see it because DK was like, you don't really need to see part 2. Because it's all just a court shit. It's like shit you already know anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first part where, when they're talking about, getting rim jobs and fucking, making tongue kissing Michael Jackson is like, that's all you really
that was just
already
weird.
Uncomfortable.
It was really, really surreal.
Yeah. And then after that, unless you had any more about.
No.
Then after that, we did took a little trip down to Trailer Carousel.
Yep.
And so they saw some of the trailers that I talked about last week, like Charlie's Angels and Midway, which I had opinions on both. We started showed the trailer for Knives Out.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see.
We covered the base of you.
Yeah, I like.
You like ensemble stuck in an area.
Yeah, the whodunit type of shit, like Clue and fucking Bad Times at El Royale. Which
great movie.
Yeah, didn't make my list for top 10 last year. It just missed it. It just missed it. But I am looking forward to Knives Out.
I'm telling you, I still think you could write one of those.
I'm not that smart.
No, it's not about being smart. It's like I said, you just need characters of which you have a setting, which you can pick anywhere in a ra-cha-cha.
Yeah, you just said it. You just need a bigger movie where it's just us.
Yeah, just us and stuck in a room, and we all get pissed off at each other because something bad happened.
Reservoir Dog style.
Yeah. Who ate the last pot brownie? Was it you? You have brown stuff under your nails. Yo, that's doo-doo. I ain't washed my hands.
Doo-doo, baby.
I ain't washed my hands so good.
Who ate the last of the hash?
Yeah.
Did you find at the end it was a dog?
It was a dog.
Ain't that a bitch?
See? We just wrote it for you. Now get Seth Rogen to do this.
Yeah, we saw a couple other ones, but nothing that really stood out.
What was the one we saw where I was like, man, I can make a cult movie.
Oh, the one we thought was Midsummer, but it was something else.
Yeah, it was something else.
It was something else. I don't remember the name of it.
I can't remember the name of it either. But I added a movie that I am gonna start like hashing out in my head. It's gonna be a black cult movie.
The black cult, like a black Jim Jones.
No, yeah,
played by Jim Jones.
Played by Joke Man.
We ballin'.
Played by Mike Jones.
I'm Mike Jones. I got a call. Speaking of trailers, I did see another trailer outside of this just recently. Saw a trailer for Mulan.
So did I. You mean Hero?
Yeah.
You mean Hero?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Mulan. I've never seen Mulan.
Okay.
I've never seen it. So it certainly don't have a horse in this race. It's not like Aladdin.
But do you know the story?
No.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this.
Slight digression. Real quick story. Mulan is a story of a girl, right?
Yeah.
Her father gets conscripted into the army to fight Mongolians that are attacking, right? She's like, dang, my dad can't do this, and I don't want to get married off, so I'm going to dress up like a dude and fight in the army instead of my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, musical montage, Be a Man, that's what I was going to ask. That's the big song of the movie.
Wait, are there songs in this?
Yes.
See, I think that's going to be weird if there's songs in this one.
I don't think that they will put songs in this movie because it's not a musical movie like that. Like the most notable song is "Be a Man," and I can't tell you any other song. Oh, "You'll Bring Honor to Us All." Both of these songs happen relatively early in the movie, and then it just gets like Inception-y. So, pretty much, she dresses like a dude, fights instead of her dad, ends up like falling in love with the general, and saves China. Right, so that's all you really need to know going into this. Oh, there's a dragon named Mushu. I think it's played by Eddie Murphy. I can't remember who did the voice.
But it's a talking dragon?
It's a talk. It's like a.
But they didn't show it.
No, because it looks like it's like the size of a salamander.
I see.
And so if they have Mushu in the movie, that I can see him being like some sort of like little shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like this one is way more serious.
Yeah, and when I saw that, I'm like, oh, so they're doing Hero, or they're doing Crouching Tiger.
You know, yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a cross between Memoirs of a Geisha.
Yeah.
And Crouching Tiger.
Yeah, and it's one of those movies where it can totally be played out like that. You don't need the animal sidekick. All you need to do is say, "Oh, I'm protected by a dragon," and that will convey everything that happens. Because they're kind of just used as segue material.
Mm-hmm.
Like they keep the movie lighthearted, or else it's just a woman going to war movie. The one thing I did notice in the trailer was that she definitely keeps a feminine look. Like her hair is down and long in the trailers, especially when she's fighting. And I was like, huh. Do they not play off the angle that she's dressing like a man, or is this the scene where they find out that she's a chick? Because in the movie trailer, there's a ton of spoilers. And I'm just like, if anybody's going into this cold, they just seen the end of the movie. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen it. So I have no reference point to this.
But it looks good.
It does look good, and that was my point. It was like, well, I've never seen the original.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like, like a Hero or Cartoon. It looks like one of those movies that came out the early 2000s like that we don't really see that much anymore.
And another good note for this movie moving forward is that because this movie is not animal sidekick heavy, or at least it doesn't need to be, you get more human action. So they don't have to lean on like in the Jungle Book or in the new Lion King that's coming out. They don't have to lean on CG in this movie.
Yeah.
You can get by with just some straight up action, some good old wire fu and some roof running.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want some wire fu, some roof running.
Yeah.
Swords being thrown for no fucking reason. Just throw that shit.
I can see that happening. And
the only thing that would make this movie better is if it was directed by like somebody like Takashi Miike or somebody, and it was just a bloody fucked up version of fucking Mulan. They're not gonna do that.
Spoiler alert: a lot of people die in an avalanche that she causes on purpose. And so, I mean, if they get away with showing that part pretty well, then yeah. There's one part they gotta show that will the way they show this scene will really kind of solidify it for me. So there's a scene where the soldiers, right? They just had their musical number. They're like, yeah, we're feeling it, we're doing it. And then they walk by a village that got massacred. And you just see like slightly like off-camera charred bodies slumped over stuff, and they're like passing through this village, and they're like, they stop whistling, they stop smiling, and they're like, oh shit, I forgot, we're still at war. Oh man, this is real. I was like, if they show that scene, or at least capture that moment, really, I'll be happy.
Oh, my dad's bad one say, well, all right. Word. So yeah, that seems interesting. So I'll check it out. It doesn't come out till like way next year.
Yeah.
But
it's whatever. A thing on the horizon.
On the horizon. Still got to get through the rest of this year, especially November. Seems like a lot of shit's good. It seems like a lot of the better stuff's going on in the fall. We'll get to that in a second. So, saw a movie. Yes, last night, matter of fact.
Oh, which one?
Spider-Man Far From Home. Boy!
How was it?
Alright, so, because you don't give a shit about spoilers.
Never did.
Spoil the fuck out of this shit for you.
All
and for all of you out there, so this is the 40-minute mark. So, you may want to fast forward at this point. But, this movie happens right after Endgame.
Yes. So,
here's the thing. I totally forgot that Black Widow died in Endgame.
Really?
Like,
okay.
Wait, did she? Yeah, because at the beginning it showed like this little in memoriam thing, and I was thinking like, oh, it's probably for Stan Lee, but it was really for all the people who died in fucking
Endgame. Yeah.
And they showed Black Widow. I was like, wait, what? Did she die?
Yeah, Soulstone, buddy.
And I was like, then I had to sit there and remember. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, because she sacrificed herself.
Yep.
So Hawkeye didn't die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I thought it would have been hilarious if she sacrificed herself and they didn't get the stone.
That's right. Which makes me wonder now how they're gonna do a fucking Black Widow movie, unless they're going back to the origin story of her.
I don't even think
we know that. We know that's on the horizon.
Yeah.
Like her as a standalone Black Widow flick. Which before I had to really, I had to really sit here and remember, like, oh yeah, she did die in fucking Endgame.
Maybe it's a movie about Storm and Black Panther, and Black Panther dies, and thus she becomes a Black Widow. But
couldn't get through this episode on that joke.
Couldn't do it.
Motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Black Widow.
So it's after Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the when everybody disappears and comes back, we thought it was a snap. They call it the blip.
Oh.
Because it happens really fast. It's like because obviously what happened in Endgame. So
yeah.
So
I can understand it being called the blip, only because nobody knows that the snap happened except for the people that stood there and saw it.
So, Peter Parker, obviously, still a high school kid, and they go on a trip through Europe.
Yep.
And in their trip through Europe, he comes across this guy named Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yay!
And at first he's like, oh, I'm here to save the day, but really. And I was trying, really he's a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there trying to explain this movie to somebody yesterday. I said, you know what this movie is? It's the heel turn. People out there, by now, you know that I'm a fucking wrestling fan. There's a phrase in wrestling called the heel turn.
Yep.
It's when a good guy goes bad. And sometimes in wrestling, you don't see that coming. I think the greatest heel turn probably was Hogan.
Okay.
Because that was the biggest one, because he was the greatest superhero.
Yeah.
And then he turns evil, There's been some other ones. Now, because I've been watching this for 35 fucking years now, I know a lot of times when the heel turn is coming, because it's going to happen.
Pretty obvious.
Especially with groups or tag teams. It's going to happen at some point. It happened with the Horsemen, it happened with DX, NWO, the Shield, the Nexus, and it's going to probably happen with a New Day at some point. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
And in this movie, even without, even with just a basic knowledge of Spider-Man, I know, Mysterio.
He's a villain.
But even in the trailers, when they showed him the first time, I was like, oh, but he's on Spider-Man's side. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here the whole time like, okay, when
kills who to make
when are you going to turn?
Yeah.
Because at some point, Mysterio works with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
And I'm like, why? Why would you work with this dude? This dude just came out of nowhere. Why would you trust him like that? There's a lot of problems with this movie. Even the way that he can kind of manipulate shit.
Yeah.
Because he has these elementals that they call him. He can control water, fire, and all this bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you really find out how he's doing it is all through fucking drones.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
but you know Mysterio's background, right?
No.
Okay, so the reason Mysterio is a beloved Spider-Man villain is because he has no real fucking superpowers at all. He's just a visual effects magician. And so all of his fuckery is always just like, imagine if fucking David Copperfield became a goddamn supervillain.
Okay.
Like, ha, flash paper in the face.
Okay. I didn't grow up reading a lot of Spider-Man.
Yeah, so that's his stick, is that, oh yeah, I'm doing all this dope shit.
But still.
It's dumb.
But still, drones, and even the way that they beat him at the end, I didn't care for it because I'm like, the answer's right in front of you. You have Tony Stark's technology.
Yeah, but that's one of the appeals. That's one of the appeals of not saying this movie, but of like Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that all of them are pretty lame. Like the Shocker, the Scorpion, the Rhino. It's like the only real villain Spider-Man has is Venom, or Carnage, or any other symbiote. Or like, look at Kraven. Kraven the Hunter. You know who Kraven is?
Yeah.
The guy that hunts well. That's it. That's his stick.
Yeah, maybe that's coming in the next one.
Yeah.
But
wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah.
Is this a theater movie or a bootleg movie? I want to say it's a bootleg movie.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, if you've seen it on the rest of them, you're probably going to end up seeing this one any fucking way. Because this is the end of Phase 3. I thought it was the end of Phase 4. It's like,
but
it is the end of Phase 3.
That's not a real answer. Based on what you saw and how you felt after that movie, would you pay money to see it in the theater?
No.
Okay, then. It's a bootleg movie.
It's a fucking bootleg movie to me. And there are some end credits. There's just two of them.
Mm-hmm.
One is shocking. The other one was interesting.
All right.
So now we're really, really going to spoil this shit for people. So the first end credit scene is they show Spider-Man with Mary Jane.
Okay.
And they're in New York City. And come to find out that the Daily Bugle, which is now an internet website now,
mm-hmm.
so like Alex Jones and all that shit.
Okay.
With the same dude that plays Jameson.
From Raimi?
Yeah.
Nice!
Yeah.
Nice!
He's like, I got some leaked footage from, and it shows Mysterio at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And Mysterio reveals Spider-Man's identity to the world. So now everyone knows that Spider-Man's Peter Parker now. The second one was, okay, so you know in the movie, Spider-Man's working with Nick Fury and all that shit, right? And Emery Hill. Turns out, they're Skrulls. They were Skrulls the whole fucking time.
Huh.
Right?
Yes.
Who are working with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Whereas the real Nick Fury, they show him, it looks like he's at a beach, like he's just taking a break. But really,
he's in space.
Yeah.
Where in space?
There's somewhere in space. Which makes you think now, is that where they're going? They're going with Sword?
Yeah.
Because if they do, it makes sense. It makes sense that they're going to do Sword.
Yeah.
Because we know that, okay, there's intergalactic shit out here. You know, especially after Endgame. Why not do Sword? That makes sense. I was like, okay. If that's where you're going with Phase 4 and you're going to form Sword, fine. It does tie in with Captain Marvel. We know they're going to do part 2 of that. Okay.
This needs some questioning.
Okay.
That type of threat needs some questioning. Because the Skrulls are in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
They're good. They're good Skrulls.
They're the same Skrulls from Captain Marvel.
But I thought they all left.
That was you gotta remember, that movie was set in the 90s.
That movie was set in the 90s.
So obviously they found homes. She must have found homes for these cats by
found homes for these cats. So are we now saying that the Nick Fury from the time that they left to now is not the Nick Fury that we've had, but he's been a Skrull the whole time?
No. Just in this particular movie.
Oh, okay.
In this particular movie, he was the Nick Fury that Peter Parker was working with was a Skrull.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. While the real Nick Fury has been up in space. I guess
doing
forming
space
sword.
Shit.
Yeah, doing whatever you do up in space.
Finding Adam Warlock and asking why.
And Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
What? She's part of Sword.
I know.
I just assume that, there's a part of me that just assume we're going to get that at some point, right?
At some point, we're going to get all
We're going to get that in, like, Phase 5. When they ran out of... We're going to get Spider-Woman and Dazzler. Actually, we already got Dazzler. That's right. We already got Dazzler. She's in Dark Phoenix.
Jubilee? Or was it Dazzler?
No, it was Dazzler.
Oh, boy.
I saw that right away. I was like, oh, man, they're doing... Oh, man, that's Dazzler. I know that's Dazzler. Ain't that a bitch? Oh, yeah. So, here's the thing now.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about it today. I have been very underwhelmed by a lot of these comic book movies in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Very underwhelmed by them. And I'm like, is this... I don't want to say it's comic book fatigue. Because I'm not at that point... I don't think I'll ever be at that point where it's like, it's just too much. It's just, oh, man, we get another comic book movie every fucking week now, it seems, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, keep making them. But the ones that we've gotten, a lot of them I have not really, it hasn't hit me the same way that I feel like it's hitting a lot of other people out here. Even something like Black Panther, which was a fucking phenomenon.
I don't think...
It hit me but it didn't hit me the same way. Like, it hit you more than it hit me.
It had the domino effect on me.
I was just
where the more I watched it, the more I agree with you and say it's okay. The more where I overly agree with you and say it's actually kind of a subpar movie. But that is pretty much because Marvel has a formula. They don't deviate from the formula. It's in all of their movies.
It's not just Marvel, it's DC as well.
Fuck DC.
DC's the same way for me.
I will say this, and I will say this every time DC movies are mentioned. Just watch the animated ones. Those are fantastic. They're different stories.
That's the only one I've liked in the last couple of years from DC is Shazam.
Yeah. But even that.
But yeah, it's not just DC because Marvel in the last few years on either side.
Yeah.
Not just the MCU, but the unofficial Marvel side as well.
Sony.
Yeah, the Sony side. You know, the Fox side.
Well, the thing about the Fox side is that Dark Phoenix was a mistake. Yeah. Dark Phoenix was just not the way you do it. Dark Phoenix is something that you build up to in like a Thanos type of way. But you need multiple X-Men movies, you need multiple, crossover movies to build the type of anticipation for Dark Phoenix that's necessary.
Dark Phoenix?
Yes, Dark Phoenix.
That sounds like
Dark Penis?
No, that sounds like such a medical term. Like, yo, you got Dark Phoenix. Oh man, he got the Dark Phoenix.
Got to lose a leg.
He went to Bonnaroo and got Dark Phoenix.
No, but
he went to the Dominican Republic and got the Dark Phoenix. He can't move his legs now.
They're just noodles. Good old noodle leg.
Oh, he got the Dark Phoenix. It's like some pirates got back in the day.
You got scurvy or Dark Phoenix. Oh, you better hope you got scurvy because we at least got some oranges for you. You got that Dark Phoenix, you're gonna be seeing Davy Jones lockers.
Yeah, you got Dark Phoenix. We gotta go to places like get like some shit.
Or it sounds like a really bad Sith Lord, Darth Phoenix.
Darth Phoenix. That's coming that's coming in the next Star Wars trilogy after this one. It's gonna be Darth Phoenix, and his lightsaber is gonna just be like one of those curved fucking blades and shit. The curved fucking why is your lightsaber curved? What is wrong with your lightsaber?
Don't you know I'm Darth Phoenix?
I'm Darth Phoenix.
No, even worse. It'll be a trident. He'll have a light trident. Like, why do you even need this?
What? I throw it. I throw it with my force powers.
And I have it. You know what? If that's the case, he has a light boomerang.
Wait, how are you even holding this?
Darth, he holds it by the middle, like a V.
Lord have mercy.
And then he throws it, right? But then he uses his force powers to just go like a glaive.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he should just have a light glaive.
Right. Oh, great. Now I'm like completely off track. But no, yeah, Dark Phoenix was
yeah.
Wasn't it? He was like Deadpool 2. I didn't like.
Because
the first one was great. Second,
Deadpool
I think part of the problem is because with a lot of these movies, the setup is really good. The first ones are always really good.
Uh-huh.
And then you get to part 2, and there's your part 2 or part 3, and you're just like,
weak.
Sometimes the opposite happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thor. Part 1 and part 2, especially part 2, was
garbage.
God awful. Ragnarok, great.
But the thing about it is this. It really depends on whether they hit pay dirt the first time around or do they go and revamp the series. Now, with Deadpool, they hit pay dirt because it was pretty good comedy. It captured the character. And in the second movie, they were just kind of hitting all the same notes again, just a little off key.
Man.
Now, with Thor, they tried to make him the serious Thor, right?
Yeah.
And serious Thor is what's in Marvel. He speaks very hoity-toity, and, he's freaking Norse god, so he speaks all, everything is heavy when he talks. But then they found out, this dude has acting chops and he's kind of funny. So let's just flip everything around and take it the Guardians of the Galaxy route. Let's have him, crack wise, and he can still be Thor, but he cracks wise like Drax, in the sense that what makes Drax funny is that he's hyper literal and dead ass serious. Now, what makes Thor funny is that he's dead ass serious, but he's joking, and so that's fine. It creates kind of some cartoonish levity in a dead ass serious character. Now, you have something like Ant-Man, which is, it's Ant-Man. He's there because he's a link in the chain. And then you have Ant-Man 2, where it's like, did we really need this? The villain was kind of meh. The jokes were the same jokes. Oh, we're going to make things tiny. We're going to make them big again. Whoa, it's heavy.
Yeah, and it has a weak villain just like SpiderMan Homecoming.
Now, the thing about...
it was just a weak villain.
Now, the thing about Marvel is that all their villains, unfortunately, are just anti-good guy. They're like complete copies of them, but they're bad. And it's like, I'm glad they had Mysterio and I'm glad they had the Vulture in the first one, because they're not Venom. They're not. We don't need any more Spider-Man fighting Venom. Deadpool. Yeah, he doesn't really fight Deadpool, which is fair. But Black Panther fights the Black Panther. Ant-Man fights the Ant-Man, but he's a bee. And then he gets the wasp suit. And so Iron Man fights Iron Man in the beginning, in the first one.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of these movies, because the villains are just mirrors of the hero, it's kind of low impact, because after a while you just get tired of seeing that. And even with something like Captain Marvel, which my problem with Captain Marvel was not that girls are doing it and doing it and doing it, but she's clearly overpowered for everything that she does. She can solve the problem like that. And where were you all this time?
Yeah.
Where were you? It's like and the fact she got to Earth super quick during Endgame. So this is something where you could have popped in, Papa John saved the world, and dip.
Yeah, not only that, but we already know that, they already established that there's things out there in space.
Yeah.
Like the Guardians. And just reading the comic, even at Volume 2, there's a whole section in there with her and Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like she doesn't know who the Guardians are. That doesn't make sense. That never made sense to me. That's the only part that I don't get. Like, how did, in all her fucking space travels, you never met the Guardians?
Or never even heard about the human who held the Infinity Stone. Like, even people who are not in the Guardians universe heard about that happening. It's like, oh, you're famous because you did that. And it's one of those things where if you sat down and tried to find all the plot holes, you'd find a ton.
Yeah, I mean, the MCU, as cool as it is, I would never shit on the MCU ever because it's a thing that works. It told a really interesting saga so far. But I do feel it's more for people who don't read the comics.
They are.
Because you're going to sit there. It's easy for us to sit here and pick apart it because we read a lot of it, not all of it, but we read a lot of it. We can sit here. Something like you sit here and pick it apart. Now, something like Spider-Man, I don't really have that kind of knowledge of Spider-Man outside of, like, cartoon and stuff like that. But yeah, this is not comic book fatigue. It's just that I've been underwhelmed, and especially in the last few years.
Yeah.
With comic book movies. Not that they shouldn't make them because they're never going to stop making them. Especially not now when these movies are making billions of fucking dollars. Why would you stop now?
I honestly think what they should do is no. I was gonna say no. I was gonna say look at indies. Like we had that era where we had 300 and Mark Miller.
They still kind of do that, but like you said, yeah. If somebody came along tomorrow and bought the Image line and said, "This is what we're doing now," I'd be totally fine with that.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with that. Yeah. Speaking of Marvel or comic books in general, they're doing a Blade and Wolverine team up comic.
That's happened a couple of times, if I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I thought that was interesting. I was like, yeah, Blade and Wolverine. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Cool. The other thing is, did you know that J.J. Abrams and his son are writing a Spider-Man book?
Really?
Yeah. Comes out in September.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I was like, J.J. Abrams is writing a Spider-Man comic?
Now I definitely either need to storyboard this stuff or at least draw some stick figures and just put them online. Fuck it. I mean, welcome to the family, my new cult.
That's what it was called. Yeah, welcome to the family.
Yeah, welcome to the family.
So, here's the other thing.
Yes.
Speaking of things, Phenus Stranger Things started on the day after the 4th because obviously couldn't watch it on the 4th.
Nope, couldn't watch it on the 4th.
But it started the day after, and it just finished it this morning. It's very short.
Yes.
8 episodes. That is it.
Good work day.
Yeah, you can finish that in a day, half a day. You got a lazy Saturday. Sit here and watch this. Now, I will not spoil it. I will not spoil this for you.
No.
Because I'm sure you're going to see it.
It's just too new.
Yeah.
I
we already spoiled Spider-Man, but it's also very new because that movie only came out a week ago.
No, it's just that this is one of those things where it killed me like with Game of Thrones. How people were really quick to spoil it because they were pissed off. But I'm like, yo, it happened yesterday. Let's calm that down.
There's a brief synopsis of what's going on. So clearly, the Mind Flayer is still here.
Yep.
They closed the gate, but they sealed him. They sealed the Mind Flayer.
Yes.
With them. So now they gotta sit there and try to fight this sucker now.
Yes. Giant sky horror at the end of season 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That thing. It's more. I'd say it's more about the kids this time around. There's not that one episode like last season where it's just like, why did you put that in there? They could have stretched this out. But I feel that the way that they would stretch it out wouldn't work.
Would have been detrimental.
But it's kind of the gift and the curse of the season.
Okay.
Because on the other, if you flip that coin over, I did feel like it was rushed.
Mm.
It seemed like, it's like the Defenders. Remember that?
Yes.
Where it was like, it was getting really good, and then it's like, whoop.
It's over.
It's over. You know what I mean? That's kind of the problem. Like, I don't feel you really don't get to know anybody in this one, except for a few people.
I think it's more of the fact that, and I haven't watched any of it, so this is just pure speculation, that these are established characters, you should know them, they just want to get to the story. It probably had that feel, right?
Kinda,
where it's
yeah.
just kind of, okay, so yes, but more.
Yeah. Like they could have spent more time trying to developing some of these characters. It seems like, they kind of just threw some characters together because that's what you expect.
Yes.
Right? But you don't really get to spend that much time with them because it's only episodes.
I have a question.
What?
How's the action? Because when I saw what I saw, which is the very beginning with the lab explosion, I was like, if they keep that up, this could be fun action. But if they
the Russians did not need to be in this. They did not need to be in this.
God.
They're very secondary to who the bad guy is in this,
which is the Mind Flayer.
Yeah, and who but not just that, but who he controls in this particular season.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
That I hate, because now.
When you see it, it makes sense. Like, okay, if this person's the bad guy, that kind of makes sense.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
The President of the United States.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay. I will say this though.
Yes.
The end justified the means.
Okay.
Because the end was very poignant and very touching. Very, very poignant and touching end to this to season 3.
Yeah.
To the point where I felt that you could have ended it there. You could have ended the series there. And I'd have been totally fine with what happened.
But aren't they slated for more?
Yeah. And that's my problem with this. And that's my problem with this. The way it ends, which I'm not going to spoil.
Yes.
Was so touching. And I was like, if that was it, I'm fine. I'm fine with them never doing another season of this. But they tack on some shit. And I was just like, oh.
They all get superpowers.
To me, I'm going to feel like season 4 is going to be forced.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we ended it where it should have ended, but we gotta bring. We gotta do another season of this shit.
Now,
and I'm just like, I don't know about this one. I'm very, very skeptical.
This could end up turning 4. Into Lost, where it's just we have everybody loves it, so we're gonna keep giving them more, but it's like,
or you know what?
Have a logical end.
Heroes.
Yeah, I was mad with Heroes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my fear.
Yeah.
Is that's going to end up, it's going to turn into something like that. Because there's been shows that, it's only been on for a few seasons. Even something like Luther.
Yes.
The last season of Luther, I didn't care for that much. I felt because the last season ended on a good note.
Yeah. But the thing
why are they bringing this back?
See, the thing about Luther, though, is that Luther plays out more like extended Law and Order episodes, especially since the seasons are usually 4 to 6 episodes as 2-parters for each episode. So you can look at Luther as an anthology with a thread going through it, right? Alice will be the thread from seasons 1 and 2, and she kind of makes an appearance in season 3, but the whole thread of season 3 was his fall. Now, with Stranger Things, they don't have that thread. They should. I said since the end of season 1. If season 2 was the same cast but a different story, kind of like American Horror Story, but you keep the same cast in different situations, fine. You could run it like that. That means you can keep things fresh. But
yeah, I mean, I was watching some reviews on YouTube, and some people say like, yeah, this concept of them as kids is starting to run thin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how long can you do this for? Not that they're getting that old, but they're like, they're teenagers.
They're not lovable kids anymore.
Yeah, they're teenagers now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So how much longer can you do this? I mean, you look at something like Spartacus, for example. It's like, what, 4 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say after season 4, they did season 5. You'd be like, that seems forced.
Yeah, that seems forced, especially since they ended off season 4 so tastefully after what's his name died.
Yeah.
And so so they had the prequel season.
Yeah, that was season 2.
That was season 2. Season 3 they continued, and then season 4 they ended it.
Yeah.
Right now, even with season 4, the way it ended was kind of like they were getting kind of long in the tooth.
Right.
Now, if they added a season 5, and then there's like, hey, look, it's Alexander the Great.
Yeah, it's
then
like,
you'd be like, what the shit?
Them trying to get vengeance over them, or it's like something else happened. You'd be like, that shit was forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of feel about it when they do season 4, because that's coming.
Yeah.
That's coming at some point. I'm just gonna feel like, oh,
who's gonna have the heel turn, or who's gonna?
Yeah, it's like, you could have ended it right. You could have ended it right here, and I'd have been sad. I'd have been sad, but I would have understood too. It's like, hey, listen, this is how it ended, and I'm totally fine with this.
Yes.
But you should see it.
Oh well.
You should see it. Speaking of Netflix, you know what else is coming to Netflix?
What?
Cuphead.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see any trailers for that Cuphead show.
Yeah. Too bad that game is way too hard. It's not on PlayStation.
No.
We've been playing that.
You know what's sad? It's on Teslas. Like the car.
What?
The car. Yeah.
So you can play this in a car, but I can't play this on PS4? What kind of bullshit is this? Fuck out of here.
You know what else is on Netflix?
What?
That you'll ever care, because I sure as hell don't. Jessica Jones, season 3.
I was going to ask you. Yeah,
I didn't even know they came out with that until a few days ago.
No, I knew it was out, but I wasn't going to watch it.
Hard pass.
And that is the end of the Marvel Netflix era.
Yeah.
Which,
came in like a lion, went out like a bitch.
And like a fucking straight bitch.
Damn, I was mad. Like, Luke Cage, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because, guess what? They dialed down on the black y'all, and I'm black y'all, and gave them just, hey, I'm doing my cop thing in Harlem. I'm cool with that. I'm just a dude with some powers. That's fine. That's the whole nature of heroes for hire and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, guess what? We're not the Avengers, but we're in Hell's Kitchen, and we're in Harlem doing shit, fighting crime. Cool. Jessica Jones, she did the one thing that pissed me off all through season 2, where she didn't just solve the problem. You have the power to solve the problem. Problem's in front of you. Solve the problem. No.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Shit.
I was going to show you something.
All right.
I need to show you something. Okay. Y'all gonna have to bear with us while the TV's on, but you guys see this shit. Because I already put it out on Facebook and tweeted it out on Twitter. So I gotta find it first. This shit is fucking hysterical. This one clip, some TMZ shit.
Oh.
It's very short. It's very short.
It's not the fight in Disneyland, is it?
No, it's a fight though.
Oh, it is?
It is a fight.
Alright.
I watched this morning. Well, actually, no, this afternoon.
There's some context.
It's I'll give you some context. It's a TMZ clip of this guy was an NFL prospect. He's played for Michigan State.
Uh-huh.
In a fight with a cop.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, no, I can't believe, that's the other thing. I can't believe that Alita Battle Angel is just out now.
It was very popular.
Really?
Because
usually, it's not like back in the day where it took, months for shit to come out.
No, you know what? They also preload it, so they let you buy it, ahead of time, so that when it does drop, you just have your copy.
I was like, yo, if I've been seeing that was a bootleg movie.
Because when Endgame came out, you were able to buy the digital version, immediately, but you couldn't watch it until it comes out.
Okay. This guy's name is Malik McDowell.
Yes.
He was a defensive tackle for Michigan State. He was an NFL prospect. This obviously happened, I guess, sometime either early this year or late last year because it's wintertime.
Uh-huh.
Fighting a cop. That's all you need to know.
On the replay.
On this replay, bro. Hold on.
Alright.
We usually have some contacts.
We have a convenience store.
Yeah,
this in the winter?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was either late last year or early this year.
Alright. So we have this young gentleman getting into his car. And another guy in a gray hoodie.
Oh no, he's not important to this.
Oh, okay. No, see, you got to understand that we are broadcasting, so people are not watching us.
Registration insurance on it? I need your supervisor. No, you don't. I need your license. I need your supervisor. Supervisor's not on right now, man. So I'm the officer in charge. What you putting there for? For going about 60 down Southfield, and then you just spun out right there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is he?
I mean, he's clearly inebriated.
Yes.
Sir, I need your
this young man, Malik McDowell, is like 23.
Sir,
probably half that lean. Picos.
You're not gonna get.
This is one of those instances where this is someone who watched a lot of YouTube clips on people being dicks to officers. It's like I am a free citizen type shit. Alright? Where he's like, I want to see your supervisor. Nah, you were speeding and you spun out.
Exactly, you're going too fast for conditions. Alright?
Oh boy.
I need your license.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I need a supervisor.
Come on, Karen. Stop with that. I need your supervisor.
Come on, Karen.
Stop with this shit. It's not a fucking mocha latte with too much foam. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now he's
look at the height disparity right here.
This guy is carrying him through the store.
Yeah, he's piggybacking.
He's wearing this cop like a fucking JanSport.
You're gonna get tagged. Get down. Get down. Get down. On the ground.
I mean, on his knees, he's still taller than this cop.
On your stomach.
Who is this, an inch-high private eye and shit?
Yes. This cop has got to be at least 4'11".
Yeah, it's like, what do they make Smurfs cops?
You picked me a dude. Don't fuck with me. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on. You're getting tased, bro. You're getting tased.
Just tased him.
Taser. Taser. I need super.
So he's getting tased. Now look, he just takes this
shrugs it off.
Shrugs it off.
Oh, because it probably didn't pierce. It didn't pierce any skin. That's why.
Or he's high off a dangerous cocktail of lean and picos. This nigga can't feel shit right now. This motherfucker's a Terminator. Plink, plink. No, I'm good.
Nah, the what you call it probably didn't pierce.
Or it might be. Or he wound up on country niggas that used to play football with no shoes on. And that's why he can't feel these motherfucking tasers.
Oh, they got Lady Dame.
Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do. You might get.
She looks like a middle linebacker, so that's horrible though. I shouldn't say horrible things like that.
Well, she's certainly bigger than the first
cop. Yeah.
She played field hockey. And knows what box tastes like.
I understand.
What? What?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Here comes the rest of the cops. You need 4 cops to take this nigga out.
And you know he gotta get a nice little Witten shampoo.
Yeah, Popo gotta fuck him up.
Tell you, Generals and Takis is a bad mix.
So yeah, suffice to say, dude did not make it to the NFL. I had to show you that. Shit. Hysterical. You got anything else?
I got nothing else, homie.
I got nothing else either. So let's close it out the way we always do with box office numbers. This is from JoeBlood.com. The top 10 highest grossing movies of this past 4th of July weekend. Number 1, of course, no big surprise, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
It made $93.6 million. $185 million just domestically. It's made far more than that.
Yes.
Internationally. Number 2 was Toy Story 4.
I forgot that was even a fucking thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's not there. And not only that, it made $34.3 million. Already made $306.5 million domestically.
Respectable.
Yeah. Number 3 was Yesterday.
Well,
The Beatles movie.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. $10.7 million, $36.8 million. Number 4 was Annabelle Comes Home, the latest in the Conjuring universe.
Why the fuck do they keep making these?
Because people like the Conjuring universe, obviously. Because it made $90.7 million, $50.1 million. Yeah, so it made probably way more than it cost to make.
The CCU.
Yeah. Number 5 was Aladdin.
Okay.
$7.6 million, $320.7 million here in the States.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 was Midsummer. A movie I know you really want to. I know you really can't wait to see. $6.5 million, $10.9 million. Number 7 was The Secret Life of Pets Part 2.
I want to see that.
Okay. $4.7 million, $140.7 million. Number 8 was Men in Black International, bootleg movie. $3.6 million, $71.9 million. So, I say it's a flop. Which, because it's not really that great.
No.
Number 9, can you believe this?
Go ahead.
Avengers Endgame.
Still there.
And it made $3.1 million. It is now up to $8 million. That's how much it's made.
What?
No, it's made up $847.6 million just here in the States. That is crazy. Crazy.
Almost $1 billion.
Almost $1 billion just here in the States. Never mind what it made all together, all around the world, just here in the States.
So when are you gonna have Marvel Country? Because they keep getting these $1 billion. I want Marvel Land. Just to
buy some. Buy some island, and then you just go there. And I guess what, you're fighting Sentinels?
Fighting Sentinels, wearing Iron Man boots, and you just go, wow.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna. If they do, I'm sure you're gonna be wearing my fucking Avengers Quantum Realm hoodie.
Yep.
I'm gonna get from Amazon next week.
Damn right.
And number 10 was Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
$2.7 million, $89.1 million.
That's not bad.
Listen, I'm just gonna say it again. If your movie doesn't have Disney under it, it is not making no money, because the top in the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those movies are Disney movies.
So what you're telling me is that the thing that God forgot
should be Disney.
Dominatrix.
You better Dominatrix. You better tone it down so you can get the Disney name under it. And if you do, man, you ain't never got to work again in your life.
Dominatrix, the thing that got Den of the Crab People, and Welcome to the Family.
Yeah, you better make Welcome to the Family a fucking family musical. If you want these Disney dollars.
It's a musical about a cult.
All right.
I think I could sell this.
Light and airy like Mary Poppins. If you want these Disney dollars.
Come to me. We got chucks and tea. You will see the universe in bed. Yeah, I can.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Featuring Drake.
That's what the name of the song. Take a drink.
Take a drink. Take a sip. Hey, take a hit.
Oh man, yeah. But coming up on Friday.
Yep.
One movie I definitely want to see, and one I might see at some point.
Uh-huh.
Crawl.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely want to see that. And Stuber. With Kumail Nanjiani and Big Dave Bautista.
Yes.
I might check that one out. But certainly Crawl, definitely want to see that. Definitely want to see that. So I'm looking forward to it. So, what are you looking forward to this week? I'm not looking forward to shit.
I'm not
except for the next 7 days, except for Extreme Rules at the pay-per-view. Other than that, I try to watch one new movie a week, but there's really nothing out except for Crawl. I still gotta see Shaft. That's about it. Other than that, nothing.
I'm not looking forward to anything in particular.
There was a subject that I want to talk about, but clearly we don't have that kind of time right now, so we're gonna save it for next week. But I want you to think about this. We talked about this before. The Midsummer report card.
Midsummer report card.
What are the things that you have liked about this summer so far?
Summer as
I will sit here and think about the same, and next week we'll come back, we'll reconvene, and we'll talk about the things we have liked so far of this summer. The summer of nothing for me.
Yes. The summer of season.
Yeah, the summer of hot. It has been scorching out here. But I'm not complaining. I always say I'd rather burn than freeze.
Yeah, that's
winter.
you.
I hate winter.
Bring the ice, bring the cold.
I love fucking summer. See, you say that now.
Yeah.
You say it now. But come January and February, you're gonna be cursing up a storm. All of you.
I never do.
I do. No, January, February. Listen, February is my fucking birthday, and even I don't want to be out. It's like, no, fuck this. It's too fucking cold. It's too goddamn cold. Shit. I like right now. I'd rather sweat like I am right now. I'd rather sweat buckets than just be sitting here with my teeth chattering. My cheeks cold. The cheeks on my face.
Oh.
So. Oh, yes. Well, here we go. Well, that was another episode. Glad that we got finally got back together, man. Like,
it's been
hopefully this is not a trend where I don't see you. Well, I'll probably see you, but not on these mics.
Not on these mics, though.
So, we appreciate you guys taking the time this week to kick it with us. I've been Alan 1. He's been Brother C. This has been the Geeks from Apartment 2. And as always, we'll keep the door open for you.
Ariel being black is fine.
Later, show.